Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we are here today for the always pleasant task of celebrating Autism Awareness Month in Woodbridge, April 2024. It's something we've been doing for how many years, Hags? A long time.
About 12 years now.
A long time. So it's accompanied by a flag raising, but it's pouring rain out, so we're going to just take a bunch of pictures in here. I'm going to call up Sue Borden from the Woodbridge Board of Education. She's a member there for several years, and she not only represents everybody in town on the board, but especially the special needs population of Woodbridge Township, including those with autism and other kinds of issues. So I'm going to ask Sue to come up here as I read this proc, I should say, not plaque. Can't afford plaques. We have to do procs. You know, this is $1.99. Plaques are like $35. Whereas autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disability affecting brain development in children, which disrupts their ability to communicate and interact with others, and which impacts the social learning and behavioral skills of those so affected. And whereas the Autism Society of America is the nation's oldest leading grassroots autism organization, with the goal to further increase awareness about autism signs, symptoms, and opportunities through information and referrals, events, printable and digital resources, and community partnerships with businesses and organizations dedicated to building inclusive experiences. Emily, that's a very long sentence. And whereas the Woodbridge Township Parents Organization Program for the Advancement of Children's Education, POAC and PACE, along with teachers, professional staff, parents, and students from Matthew Jago School 28, and throughout Woodbridge Township, in concert with national, state, and local organizations and associations dedicated to the public awareness of autism, provide training courses, support groups, disability awareness events, and social events as part of school and community-based outreach to raise awareness of the needs of families parenting autistic children. Emily, that's even twice as long. Whereas the Woodbridge Township POAC and PACE organizations, in concert with the Autism Society of America, celebrate Autism Awareness Month via the 6th annual # Celebrate Differences campaign, designated to build a better awareness of the signs, symptoms, and realities of autism, and with the annual Autism Acceptance Month flag raising, which symbolizes a commitment to educate and inform the community about the impacts of autism and the efforts of families of patients experiencing autism. Now, therefore, I, John McCormick, Mayor of the Township of Woodbridge, in concert with the Town Council, do hereby present this proclamation to the Woodbridge Township Parents Organization Program for the Advancement of Children's Education, POAC and PACE, and celebrate the month of April 2024 as Autism Acceptance Month. So let me present this proclamation to Sue and ask you to say a few words about the whole event. As the parent of somebody who's part of POAC and PACE, lovely Emily right in front, who just invited me to her softball game and I can't wait to go. What position you play? Yeah? You know what I played when I was a kid? I played left out.
Just like Pop-Pop. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate every year having this event. It means a lot to us to be recognized throughout the township, more than just the flag raising, the fields that you've built, the fields that the kids, the level playing fields that we have that allow our kids to get out there and play soccer and baseball, and some of the parks that we have that are accessible to all of our kids, not just some of them. We've appreciated those for as long as we've lived here. Woodbridge has been a great place to raise my daughter. She's come so far with the support of the town and the school district, which is why I got involved in the school district. I was a PACE parent since she was 3, got involved with POAC, Parents of Autistic Children. We do walks for them each year in support of them because they support us so much. It's just a great organization, 2 great organizations I'm very fortunate to be a part of. Being on the school board affords me a little bit more time to do those things and reach many different families and inform them of what opportunities there are for kids with disabilities at all in our district. As much as POAC is Parents of Autistic Children, because we are partners with them, they invite all of our students to be part of their free days out and their trainings that they have. So POAC.net is a great resource, and Woodbridge is a great town to live in for any kid.
And we got to be one of the only towns with a Board of Ed that have one of their 9 members as a parent of a special needs kid. That doesn't seem like it should be that popular.
It should be.
It should be.
It should be. It isn't,
I said
though.
it doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it is that popular.
It's not, and I've talked to like other board members when we go to school boards and go to some of the events that we go to, and there's not a lot of representation in other districts. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be that voice for our kids.
And I was talking to John Eberhard, who just today has moved to New Hampshire. He was involved in so many things like the Veterans Alliance. He was involved in Young Marines. But the first passion he had was special needs kids. And I remember back in the 90s when he was working for the town as director and I was the CFO, and he kind of helped start Buddy Ball. And we started it with bowling. And then it became baseball, then it became softball, then it became basketball and soccer, ultimately hockey. So Buddy Ball, STARS program.
The STARS program is newer and great. Sharon
SOAR
does a great
program.
job. Yep.
RISE program.
Mayor Max,
Cafe, best restaurant in Woodbridge.
best ever.
The Our House program once people hit 21. So what town has more of these things than Woodbridge does?
No town. No town has what we have. And when I tell people that, oh yeah, we have that, I'm like, no, you don't, not like we have it. And
No, you don't.
the support
No,
that we have is second to none, and we appreciate it. You mentioned Buddy Ball. Emily started Buddy Ball when she was 4, and she's now a coach. So
Wow.
she's moved up, and
Cool.
she takes her job very seriously. She has a whistle and everything. And but she's great with the kids, and she's great because she knows where they came from, or where she came from and where they are, and she understands, more their thought process than I could ever, even after raising her. So,
Pretty incredible having a coach that lived the life and walked the walk.
yep. And I'm very proud to say that she's also a member of the Woodbridge High School softball team. She's on the JV, and I appreciate their inclusion and the way that they've been inclusive with her and training her, and it's great. She's getting better every day, and I think they recognize that.
I think every one of us up here we all did watch her grow up.
That's true.
We've all known her since she was 3. What are you now? 16?
Heartbreaking.
When did that happen?
A couple months ago.
Speaking of who's up here now, let me introduce the people to the far left.
Thank
Is
you.
Councilman at Large Greg Ficarra. Next to him is Councilwoman at Large Lisbeth DeJesus. Next to her, First Ward Councilwoman Sharon McAuliffe, covering Woodbridge and Seawarren. Next to her is Councilman at Large and current Council President Kyle Anderson. Next to him is our 19th District Assemblyman and the State of New Jersey Speaker of the General Assembly for the 4th time, state record, Craig Coughlin. So before asking you guys to speak, we have Lena Suarez Angelino coming up. I'm asking her to come up and say a few words about just the whole issue and what it means to have, a supportive town and people like Sue on the board. Come on up and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for the opportunity to speak. I wasn't expecting to, so this will be very impromptu. But my name is Lena Suarez Angelino. I am a social worker by trade and by training, and I actually started Central Jersey Special Needs Community because I wanted to find a lot more resources that are local to our town. Unfortunately, our son does have to go out of district for school just because of mobility concerns. Matthew Jago wasn't able to accommodate him at the time. So we're continuing to kind of explore what we can do in district and being able to really connect. But the point of my group and what I want to do with the group and the vision that I have is combining not only parents and caregivers, but also the providers that are local to us, and really understanding and getting familiar with the families that they want to use their services, but then also allowing for opportunity for sponsorships, allowing for opportunity so that it becomes a lot more affordable for us. We're facing a lot of insurance battles. I would have never dreamed that insurance wouldn't cover medical diapers for us, but they don't. So it's like learning a lot of those things, parents, right, going through some of those insurance denials, and it can be very frustrating, very isolating. I'm sure Sue is very much aware of that, and any other special needs parent. And so really creating that community of, again, combining that bridge of providers and parents and caregivers. So I invite you all to join and be a part of that. I'm so excited to be able to meet Sue tonight and, again, just be a part of this. And, I'm blessed to have our son, Zach, and he's really opening up my eyes to what it means to be not only a child with special needs, but also a child with mobility delays and mobility impairments too, because 75 pounds every day, I have to go to CrossFit. It's a non-negotiable now because we're deadlifting and squatting heavy every day. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that Sue is the Vice President of the Woodbridge Board of Education. We also have the President of the Board with us, Dan Harris, a longtime advocate for the program. You want to say a few words, Dan? Just like her, I surprised her. You gotta always be ready, folks. Always be ready.
Well, thanks, Mayor, and nice job, Sue, and I appreciate you sharing your story with us. What came to mind while you were speaking is a bit of a shout out, something I'm known for on the board, and that's to the 20+ employers in the state, in Woodbridge Township, that support our RISE students, as the mayor addressed. We have 18 to 21-year-old students, special needs students who are nearing aging out, and so district-wide, we're responsible for educating those students for workforce skills as well as independent living skills. And then in addition to that, 6 hours a week, we have students go to Mayor's Mac Cafe. I know some, I believe, work for the Township of Woodbridge. You're a RISE employer.
Patrick Petrol works in the community center.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who work for Florist. They work for Home Depot.
Right. Joann's Fabrics, Pizza Hut.
The school board, yeah.
The school district. So we have 20+ of those employers, and really just a big thank you to those employers for giving our students, our special needs students, opportunities. So, Mayor, just want to thank you for doing this every year on behalf of the students. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said, we have our Assembly Speaker here, who's a great advocate for special needs children and adults in Trenton. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Coughlin.
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be here with everybody on this rainy day. Another reason I really love John McCormick is he's smart enough to keep us all out of the rain. But the truth of the matter is it's good to be together and to celebrate, really, to celebrate the Woodbridge community and the Woodbridge Township for all that it does for people with special needs. I'm so lucky to live in a town where we embrace the notion of having the special needs programs and look for new and better ways to find it. Oftentimes, when we're looking for, the mayor's looking for support from the state for a special project, it has to do with something for special needs kids. And I have had the chance to eat at Mayor Mac's Cafe, where I met Kenny, who's sitting in the first row. I got to know him there, and now I see him at Mass pretty much every week together. And I've known Emily for a long time. It's fun to be here. It's special to be here. And we ought to be, as Woodbridge residents, incredibly proud of the leadership of the mayor and the council and the Board of Education and our commitment to making sure that we're inclusive and that we make life special for everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it.
Our current council president, Kyle Anderson, would like to say a few words.
But I want to thank everyone for being here today, in particular the parents of POAC and the students that are a part of that program, and in particular Sue. Sue's a very good friend of mine. We've had very long conversations about being an inclusive society here in Woodbridge, and I know how important it was for both her and Emily, to make the baseball team, the softball team. Congratulations. And I happen to be very good friends with Patrick. So Patrick discovered my phone number, and he calls me regularly. I pick him up for baseball games, all the away games. I'm taking them.
Oh, yeah?
And I have such a good relationship with, that community. I happen to be on the board for Educational Services Commission of New Jersey. So we spend a lot of time thinking about our students of special need. And we like to think of them as the abilities that they have rather than disabilities, and what can we get them to do more of, and how can we prepare them for life. And similar to the RISE program, they have a Future Foundations program where they have group training for group setting and how life will be like after, because while that graduation is one of the happiest days is probably one of the most anxious days for a lot of parents as far as what do we do from here. But what it means to be a parent or a family member of an autistic person here in Woodbridge is that you're going to get the support that you need, and that we're going to we have a group here, and we have that embraces our community, and that we look at this as something that these are all a part of our everyone's a part of our community, and we want to make sure that everyone's life here in Woodbridge is made easier, and that our families know that they have someone to come to. So thank you very much for being here, and let's raise that flag.
All right. Anybody else want to say anything? Greg or Lisbeth? Lisbeth, come on up.
Well, it's Autism Awareness Month. I just want to also acknowledge the teachers and the paraprofessionals in the school district, because they are with the kids each and every day, and they are very, they form relationships with the parents. So I just want to acknowledge them for the work that they do. And I also want to give a shout out to School 28, because in the last couple of weeks, I've been having parents address me in different stations how happy that they are with the school and how much their kids have improved. So it's just a testament to the work that the Board of Education does, and especially in that school. So I just want both of you to know that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and parents appreciate everything that they're doing. With that being said, you know, I had the blessing to be able to start working after I stayed home for so many years as a paraprofessional with pre-K, and then moved on, and I have since moved on, but I got to say that it's, again, a partnership between the parents and the school. It's so important. But Woodbridge, I feel like we are a town apart from all the other towns for the services that we provide, for the community that we have, and the work that the parents and the teachers and the government, all of us come together to be able to provide all the services that we do. So I just want to give a special shout out to the teachers and the paraprofessionals in the schools that are working with the kids each and every day. Thank you.
All right. Sharon? Good. Oh, here goes Sharon McAuliffe.
Hi, everybody. I want to reiterate what Liz says. My daughter actually is a paraprofessional, and she works with the children, the preschool children, and she comes home and tells me a lot of the stories that they do. That school, Matthew Jago School, does so much. They have a Halloween parade. They do all stuff for Christmas, and those children in that school participate in everything, and they love every single event that happens there. And I just think it's great how the teachers work with them, and everyone is treated equally, regardless of what your ability or disability is. So it's really great that we have those programs in town to treat everybody exactly the same way. And it is a good job for the teachers to work well with the children, and the children do make a special bond with the teachers because they love them. When they see them, they run up to them, they hug them, and it's great. So I appreciate everything that the town does for that program, and just thank you very much. And I love Mayor Max. You've served me many times there too.
Thank you. Good. All right, I really think being a special ed teacher is one of the toughest jobs in the whole school district. The patience you have to have and the level of understanding that you have to have of what these kids are going, it's just amazing. The jobs they do are tremendous. All right, now we're going to raise the flag. I'm not going to raise it on the flagpole, Kenny. We're going to do it inside, if you don't mind. So I need Kenny, I need Erica, I need Dylan, and I need Emily.
Would all rise for the pledge to the flag? So we can open the meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we'd all remain standing, there was a little boy in our neighboring town of Saraville that experienced an untimely death. And I'd like you to all keep him in your thoughts and prayers and his family. Thank you.
Notice requirements of the open public meeting law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Homing Computer and the Star Ledger published a notice on October 6, 2023. It was posted on the municipal bulletin board. It should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Bauer. Councilwoman De Jesus. Councilman Ficarra. Councilwoman McCullough. Councilwoman Meehan. Councilman Patel. Councilman Small. Council Vice President Spiller.
Here.
And President Anderson.
Here.
Can I get a motion that the minutes be approved as presented from March 19th?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances this evening, take letter A first, which is an amendment to Chapter 7, which is the traffic section of our general ordinances, and this is with regards to setting a parking time limit on Oak Tree Road. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter A only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter B is an ordinance approving the traffic signal that has been installed at Inman and Delaware Avenue in Colonia. Could I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter B only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. You have first reading ordinances listed as C, D, and E. Can I get a motion that these three ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on April 5th, 2024, with notice of public hearing to be held on April 16th, 2024 at 6 p.m.?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And Mr. President, you have 22 resolutions listed. If I can get a motion by consent to approve 1 through 22.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
So we will now go into our portion of the meeting where we will entertain public comments. When approaching the microphone, please state your name and what section of the township or state you live in. You will have a one-time opportunity to speak up to 5 minutes. If you would, the microphone is back in the coordinate-off area. All videotaping must be done in that same area of the room. We just ask that you please be respectful of each other. Please make sure that there are no signs blocking the walkways or the aisles. The public session allows for 5 minutes. The 5-minute time frame includes remarks by the speaker and any response or interaction by the council or administration. While this is a strict 5-minute time frame by the council, the speaker will allow you to complete a sentence. And as you're getting into your 1-minute mark, I'll give you a 1-minute warning. Okay? Do we have any speakers wishing to speak tonight?
March Petro, Woodbridge. Even though I'm, of course, want a TNR program in Woodbridge, we ran into a huge problem. And that location in Woodbridge, I can name the location if you want me to. We TNR'd 12 cats. A little old lady was feeding them. She passed on. The cats had no one. Someone reached out for help. We TNR'd 12. We took several of them into our rescue, found them homes. They're fine. 5 were left. 2 weeks ago tomorrow, they disappeared. They're completely TNR'd, have their shots, vaccinated. They have a feeder in the colony. Where are the cats? Who do I go to? Isn't there an ordinance in the township that says a TNR cat is protected to stay in the colony if they have a feeder? Cats just disappear, puff, just like that?
Check with our legal on that. We do have a few ordinances with our feral cats, but I don't know about any of them being protected. If they went missing,
Well, they didn't go missing. Live cats just don't disappear. It's a colony, they just don't disappear. They're doing construction there, so I get it. The cats could have ran and hid, but not for 2 weeks. They're gonna come back, they have a feeder. They haven't been seen. I've looked all over for them for days now.
no, we're not aware of any ordinance at this time about protection for TNR cats.
So if there's a colony of TNR cats, anyone, just say for example, an exterminator could come, have them removed, and where do they go?
We don't check on those colonies regularly. That's not a part of our policy to go in and
No, I
inspect them.
understand that, but I'm telling you, the cats are missing. They're just gone. And who do you go to? What do you do? Is there any recourse? You know, I did call the police. I went to speak to the helo officer to see if an investigation could be done. I want to know where these cats are. We did a lot of medical on the cats, and like I said, they're all TNR'd, vaccinated, healthy, and they're gone. Who do you go to? What do you do?
Well, as I said, there is no policy on a difference between a TNR cat or a feral cat that is not TNR. There's no difference in the policy on how we would handle that.
Okay, so what's the policy?
There is no
Okay.
policy. That's what I've just been saying.
So they're not protected.
We don't have a policy for TNR cats. We don't have a policy for any cats that are living in a colony. We don't have a policy on that.
Okay, so what should I do? What can be done? This is an issue because it's going to happen again somewhere else. So what can be done?
But these are not cats that you've established that you own them.
No, it's a TNR colony.
Okay, so
They
as I
have a
said, we
feeder.
don't have a policy on that.
Would you consider a policy on that?
That would have to be something that we would take up as a council to think about.
There's a lot of colonies
Right
in
now,
Woodbridge Township.
yeah, right now,
Right.
we don't have a policy on that.
And you'd consider that? The council? A policy?
It would be something that we would have to discuss, but if we don't have a policy on TNR cat or just a feral cat in our community, I don't know if we're going to put together a policy for a TNR cat specifically.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
these are 5 cats. It's not just one cat who just disappeared. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public? No other comments from? Yes.
Hello, my name is Judy. I live in the Menlo Park Terrace section of Woodbridge. I just want to briefly give you my little journey. I became acquainted with feral cats. The first one literally fell out of the motor of my daughter's car. We picked it up and the arm was crushed. We had to rush it to the vet. It lost its arm, and of course we wound up keeping it. And then another daughter brought home 4 babies that were stranded in a parking lot. We had to bottle feed them for them to survive. My experiences have found cats in my yard, on my back porch. They've been in apartment buildings. They're all over. They multiply like crazy. The TNR program is so important because without it, they can't begin to be helped. The fact that there's so many multiplying, the program really helps to keep that in bay, to stop the multiplication of them. It also, to me, one of the most important things is the fact that they get vetted, they get vaccinated, they're free from disease, they get, perhaps they could wind up ill or with rabies. Now, I also have dogs that go in and out of my yard, and I have a little group now that a little mommy cat showed up in my yard, 3 babies in the past fall, and I was lucky enough that this program helped me with them or by now there might be 15 of them, because 3 girls would have had more babies. But when my dogs go out in my yard, I don't have to be afraid of them getting a disease or getting sick, because these cats are healthy, because they've been cared for. So I just want to stress how important this TNR program really is, and it needs to be helped so they can continue the work that they do. There's just so many cats all over. And I did bring a little board with my photos if anybody should want to look at it.
I'll take a look at it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Good evening, Pauline Rhodes, Fords, New Jersey. I thought I'd start out by showing you some pictures of some animals that were previously saved and TNR'd in our community. And to show you, this was Lucky. I'm going to give them to you at the end, but this is Lucky. We trapped him. His front paw was pulled off somehow. We have no idea what happened to him. But this is Lucky now, in a house, in a foster home. Had we not got him, what would happen to him in the streets? The shelter could never, ever provide this kind of money that it would have took to take care of him and get him rehabbed and into a home. So this is just Lucky's story, okay? This was a kitten that was born outside with his siblings, and this is the mom and his siblings. They were all outside. This is them inside a house in a crate, all adopted now. Mama was returned once she was done weaning her babies, fixed, so she could not do this again. This was one of the kittens we found in the street. Okay, lost his eye, but he's now in foster home. Sorry over there. Okay. These are all Woodbridge cats. This is what's walking around in the street without a program. Thomas. Our Thomas, when I picked him up, this is what I found. Very bad shape. This is Thomas today in his home. The shelter does not have people that will socialize and rehab cats. They do not have the money for this either. This is why this program needs to be separate from the shelter. The shelter has enough on its hands just trying to pick up cats and dogs off the street and find in their homes. This is just a cat with a sore that we just had to get Convenia done on him and keep him in for a few days. This was Midnight. Midnight was beat up because male cats fight outside. This is Midnight when I released them. All healthy, done. He'll never have fights again because he has no reason to go out looking for girl cats and fighting over them. And these are just some of the friendly cats that were on the street that are being dumped now. Just friendly cats in our streets being dumped that I found homes for. Got them fixed, found homes for them. They're just friendly little animals living out there. Come right up to you, you don't even have to trap them. And this is the unfortunate thing of kittens being born outside. Dead. In the street. It's another cat. Dead in our street. I don't know how much more I could say about how important it would be to have this program, but I just need to know, is the town willing to work with a TNR advocacy group to help shape ordinance, coordinate fundraising, and work with animal control and existing rescues, trappers, and colony caretakers in Woodbridge? As you're saying, there's nothing on the books right now to work with the caretakers who are managing these colonies and taking care of the cats.
1 minute.
Okay, I'll do it real quick. Is the township Is there a township employee that could help, that's experienced, that could do some training on TNR? The way I look at it, there's 4 options in TNR in Woodbridge. Do nothing, which I don't think we want to do that. We could do mass trapping and try and relocate all these cats. There's nowhere to relocate them. We could do mass trapping and kill them all. I don't think anyone wants to do that either. Or we can provide TNR. Thank you very much for listening.
Are there any other comments this evening? Any other comments?
With the job retired Woodbridge. Very well done. But again, those animals, those cats or those dogs, they just moved to Woodbridge. They were brought here. And the reason is because a lot of people, you should check out, they have a license for cat or a dog. And if you have a license for a cat, but you do for a dog. I understand up in the country, if you have an animal that's registered, and the following year you do renew the license, you would have to report what happened to that animal. It is a cat or a dog or a cow or a horse, what you want to call it. It should be accountable. I believe a lot of those animals, cats and dogs, are people move to town and all of a sudden either a landlord or somebody did not tell them you cannot have a cat or a dog, and they would abandon it, let it go outside. I think those people are the ones that are responsible for most of that inconvenience, all those things we got with this town over here. But again, when you have a stray cats, we have a stray dogs, coyotes in Woodbridge, we got them too. What people don't realize that they do some good, of course. They maybe take care of the rodents, but again, they kill a lot of birds, a lot of things that kind of shouldn't be killed because it's by nature, they already take care of it. But again, it's a big town. I see those people over here, they're very concerned, which they should be, which is very nice of them. Should be some kind of effort made, keep tag on it. I was watching a documentary one time about the cats, stray cats, I think I said it before maybe, how people have a problem with the skunks in the town. And the biggest curiosity was what happened to all those skunks in the town. And they find out there was a homeless man, I believe, in San Francisco. He was following a cat and a skunk going to one place. And he followed them, they went to the house where people were feeding feral cats. And then he witnessed that skunks and cats don't fight, they just eat together. And this is another problem that we got in this town, in most of the communities, because those animals attract the other animals and on and on. If you look at being a farm boy, so to speak, the cats, dogs, they prey to the fox. The fox are prey to coyotes, to go on and on the chain. It goes from of course, it goes bad and good. But again, something should be done because it's kind of sad when you see those animals being neglected, abused, and some kind of effort by anybody that takes the leadership, like Marge over there, somebody like that would be put in charge, somebody like that, even a mayor. As a community, big town, we have to do something, not just to protect those poor animals, but again, to protect the environment. Because it's a kind of a sad, even see, I went to Woodbridge Park last Sunday, and the gentleman ran over the squirrel, and I was kind of said, wow, you don't want nothing to be abused and killed unnecessary. But I want to congratulate those people over here that put such an effort of their time, and I appreciate something has to be done, and I think you should appreciate what they try to put into it, but please do something for good of the community, for health of the community. As a matter of fact, if you just see about it, you never know what disease could be brought, not just to the other animals, but to the people. You can go mange, you could go about, all kinds of stuff that's bird flu, anything else could be brought because of old animals. And they don't know, they just, they're not humans, so they don't know what they eat, how they take care of themselves. If they want a disease, the one brings to the other. And for border health, so to speaking, I think we should do something about it, make sure it's not a overabundant of those animals. We're never going to stop it all the way, but we will probably put some protection and bring it down, because it's sad. Like I said, last meeting, I was at the KSB. We were feeding 52 cats, I believe, because people left abandoned. So thank you for being here. I didn't expect all these people here together, but I think it's a great thing that something has to be done. So please, let's do something with it. Just two more things, different subject.
You only have 20 seconds, sir.
Mayor, who owns the curtains in Avenel, 150 Avenel Street? Is the building owned by the township or it's owned by the developer? Number one. Number two, now I know we talk about spring is coming, and we talk about the KSB Park. Is it, the
That's your
EPA
time, sir.
approve it
We have
or
to-
not?
We'll try and answer your first question.
Thank you.
Mayor?
I'll answer when the public session.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening? Here are no other.
Hi, my name's Linda from Island. Wasn't planning on speaking tonight, but I just want to give my support to TNR because I believe TNR is the only thing that's going to solve this problem. Humans caused it. These cats at one time belonged to somebody. Somebody dumped them. Bad humans were being irresponsible. So let the good humans do the right thing and TNR them. It's the only way to solve it. As Arlene had stated, an option was to kill, which nobody wants to do and also does not work. Killing does not thin out the herd. The only way to stop it is to TNR in all types of animals and all types of wildlife. So I'm going to ask you, if you have a heart, please consider TNR. I don't understand why the township would not. I'll even throw that question out to you, is why would the township not want TNR? Now, the mayor, I believe, was very involved in getting the animal shelter in Seawarren years ago. So if you were involved in that, I think you would have the heart to want to be involved in TNR, because I think you're an animal person deep down. So that's my thoughts, that I don't see any reason why we wouldn't do TNR. It's the only answer, because they'll just keep multiplying until something gets done. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? Here are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have
Mr.
it.
Mitch,
Yes, sir.
just want to address some of the questions. First of all, I want to thank you all for the last few meetings that you've come in to attempt to educate us on the TNR programs that you are part of. And I know that I've reached out to some of you individually, and I appreciate the information that you've provided us. We, as a council, we took time to sit down with our administration, our health department, to find out more about our program and how it serves our community. So while we do provide assistance for TNR assistance, okay, so far this year, Woodbridge Animal Control has provided TNR assistance to 21 feral cats, okay, and have taken in one litter of kittens. This was at no cost to the residents. 10 of the 21 TNR cats were funded by the Woodbridge Animal Group, and 11 were funded by the township. We've searched around Central Jersey and other parts of New Jersey. Can't find any municipalities that actually have a budget line item for a TNR program. There are no other programs that we're able to go and evaluate and say, all right, this is a town that's doing something that we're not doing. There are no other towns, all right, that are doing this. And we don't know, while we all support the programs that you're doing right now, we support it. We understand that this is in your view, that as a town, we may have limitations and we're not doing enough. But after meeting with our health department, we're comfortable with the program that we offer. I know that there are times when some of you have made comments about waits in time. We're doing this for Woodbridge residents, okay? We're not doing this for people from out of town to come in, one, to tell us how to run our health department, and two, also to bring cats from outside of the community. We know that there are colonies here in Woodbridge Township where there are cats, as you have mentioned, all right? We're not in denial of that. But based on the information that we were provided from our health department, we were comfortable with the program itself. Right now, it looks as though it'll probably TNR about 100 for the year. And I know that's probably a fraction of what you see. But we don't know of any other municipalities that are doing this program. They're supporting, like what we're doing. We want to support the efforts that you have. We don't necessarily find that this is a problem that is out of control. And just the same as there are people here that are very passionate about this issue, there are residents that also call us regularly that complain about cats being fed in their neighborhood and cats coming in and doing their business on their lawn, and we get just as many complaints about that as well. So that's been our position for the last several years, and at this time that looks as though that's going to be our position going forward. So I just wanted to let you know that while we look at the issue that you're talking about, we're comfortable with the approach that our health department has been taking, and we want to continue to support organizations and that come in that want to do more than what the township is doing. We're not going to discourage that at all. I'll also ask if the mayor has any
I
comments.
just want to answer the question that was asked, which is the developer owns the land where the Avenel Performing Arts Center and Curtains Restaurant are, and the township owns the physical structure. Thank you, Council
Okay,
President.
thank you. All right, if we'll move into our agenda. Yeah, my agenda is in order. We'll move over to Council Vice President Philip.
Thank you, Council President Anderson. Item number 16, Greenway Family Success Center. They're having two events coming up. Youth Savings Workshop Setting Goals. Join Greenway Family Success Center and Chase for a workshop on setting goals on learning how to save. This program is for youth ages 10 to 18. That is on Thursday, April 11th, 5:30 to 6:30. The center is located at 1005 Broadway Avenue in Avenel. To register, you can call 732-734-1569. Dinner will be provided. And they're also having a prenatal yoga class Monday, April 15th from 12 to 2. It also includes a parfait bar and a mental wellness session. You can save your seat by calling 732-724-1569. The rest of my agenda is in order. I just want to thank all the residents that came out again. Each one of us that's sitting up on this dais sat with the health department, animal control. I thought your words were very eloquently put, Council President Anderson. Thank you. God bless America.
Thank you. Councilman Carroll.
Thank you, Council President. I just have a few items that are on my agenda, mostly events for the Woodbridge Community Center. They have an open house on April 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. and you can experience a lot of the activities there for free. Again, that's an open house at the Community Center on April 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. They do have a Stay Strong Sculpt and Tone class, and this is a program will combine physical activity and wellness to support the cancer survivors and their families. This is Tuesday, 10 to 11, and it runs through the month of April. You can contact the community center. Moving into my item 2A, during Youth Month, Acacia Youth Center this Sunday is supporting a watch of the Women's NCAA Championships. And that is, registration is required, but it's open to all youth in the town, not just in this side of town. There's also an open house coming up in April 10th at the Acacia Center, April 16th at the Highland Grove, and April 24th at Evergreen. That's 3:30 to 6 p.m., and this is open to grades K to 8. These are all activities around town for our youth. And then, once again, on a youth, there's a magic cooking show. I can't imagine what that's like, but that's again for our youth. And it's also for the family at the Acacia Youth Center in Port Reading on the 23rd at 6 p.m. So these are all great activities going on in our town. And then just an update on a very popular annual event Director Brew organizes every year is our Big Wheels Day that was canceled, is canceled because of the weather, and it is moved to this Friday, which is April the 5th, 11 to 2 p.m. It's in the Woodbridge Center parking lot over by the old Sears wing. There's trucks, there's rigs, fire trucks, police cars, emergency management. It's an exciting day where children can actually climb up into these vehicles and experience what it's like to be in a big truck. So it's kind of fun. And when you consider the miserable weather we're having, we're all looking for a little fun. So that's all I have. I'll leave it on a fun note.
All right. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. I just have 2 items on my agenda. The Barron Arts Center is hosting the Woodbridge Township 44th Annual Senior Citizens Exhibition. Seniors Art Show exhibit dates are April 18th to the 25th at the Barron Arts Center. Join us for an artist reception and award ceremony on the closing date Thursday, April 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, the Senior Art Show will be, the exhibit dates are April 18th to the 25th, and the reception will be from 6 to 8 on that day. For more information, call the Barron Arts Center at 732-634-0413. The Gallery on Main has an open house coming up on Saturday, April 20th from 12 to 4. Meet and greet some of the gallery on Main Street, the artists, and enjoy live refreshments. Item number 10, the library, Free Public Library of Woodbridge on Monday, April 8th at 1 p.m. The main library will host a program about skin cancer prevention and detection, and on Tuesday, April 9th at 2 p.m. the main library will offer an informational session on understanding hoarding. The library also offers a new series of free computer skills program every month. Again, you can look online at woodbridgelibrary.org or call 732-634-4450. That is all that I have. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you so much. Councilwoman McCall.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I have one announcement regarding Earth Day on April the 20th. Log on to the township website for all the details about this event. It's a very exciting event. We plant trees and the schools get involved, come out and learn more about everything on Earth Day. That's all I have. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Mr. Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. President. My agenda is in order.
Thank you. Mr. Similupo.
I have 2 items on my agenda, Council President. I have a tax and sewer overpayment of 100 disabled vet. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Hubbard.
Nothing tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Darg.
Nothing this evening. Thank you.
Director Brew.
Thank you, Council President. I have one item. It's a proposal from Colliers Engineering for intersection improvements at Fort Avenue and Vernon Drive, 225.
Thank you very much. Nothing this evening.
Health Department. Don't we have a health?
Yeah, we're going to go right into
We go right into the health? Okay. So we have a joint meeting with our health department. We're going to get a report from Director Pachowski.
Thank you, Council President. Just a brief report. Our agenda's in order. Just a few item updates. Fittingly, one having to do with item number 3, our animal control, animal shelter rabies clinic specifically. The first of 3 annual clinics was held on February 13th. We had a total of 95 animals, 93 dogs and 2 cats, despite inclement weather. Anyone who may have missed that day, our next clinic is Tuesday, May 14th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the health center. These clinics are free to our residents who maintain current dog and cat licenses. Item number 9, public health grants. As previously reported at the budget meeting and some other opportunities, Health Department applied for 2 rounds of public health infrastructure grants totaling $1.3 million. We are happy to report that through those grants, our health center building now has brand new doors, windows, floors, security cameras, and an entrance security system all in place. Was well used. Item number 10, our health mobile. Again, since putting it into operation when we received it last July, we have provided health screenings to 2,230 persons to date, and 635 persons screened for 2024 year to date. Those screenings include glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rate, and oxygen level. The results of these screenings are provided right on the spot. The Health Mobile monthly schedule can be viewed by visiting the township website or our Health Department Facebook page. It is also announced weekly through the mayor's code red calls. That is all I have to report this evening for council. Thank you very much.
Director Pachowski, thank you very much for that report, and thank you for the work that you're doing over at the Health Department.
Thank you for your support. Good. Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.